We try not to die.
Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking heroes. We're talking The Flash flopping at the box office. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a DC movie, so I'm not entirely surprised it flopped, but I am somewhat surprised that it flopped, because if you're a fan of the channel, I gave it an 8 out of 10 because it was a fun film. It was a fun film, very nostalgic. The Batmen were going crazy in this film. I felt like Ezra's Flash was pretty decent, but I could kind of see some things they could have changed to, you know, really pop with audiences across the world. The first thing they could have did was you got to have more Batfleck. Everybody loves Ben Affleck's Batman. Usually things are very positive when you're talking about him, but for some reason DC underuses him, which is crazy. He didn't get a solo movie. He didn't get a whole lot of burn in here. The action sequence on the Bat-Cycle was amazing to start this movie off. I'm not saying he had to be in the entire film, but he should at least showed up in the third act and the climax of the film to fight with Michael Keaton's Batman, to meet Michael Keaton's Batman, have No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home type vibes. I mean, you literally have a movie about the multiverse and him changing the timeline a million times for like a decade, years and years and years, decades, changing the timeline. You could have made that work easily. It would have made sense, but they just dropped the ball when it came to that. If you would have had Michael Keaton and, you know, Batfleck fighting together, they would have been a better duo than Rocket and Groot.
Oh, yeah.
A multiverse movie about Batman. That job would have been awesome. Even as a footnote, it would have been awesome. Missed opportunity. Another missed opportunity was with the whole Supergirl situation. The Supergirl thing did work out. I did like her as that character, but you got to have Henry Cavill in this thing, man. Everybody cameoed, even Nicolas Cage cameoed, but no Henry Cavill. What? That man would have been gold. And last but not least, you got to have Reverse Flash in this thing, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I get why they didn't have him in there, because when you talk about overused villains, sweet Jesus, Reverse Flash is just responsible for everything. Yeah, I remember you go back to the comics or the TV show, Jesus, they talk about Reverse Flash entirely too much. But I get why, you know, he wasn't mentioned in this film. But at the same time, you gotta replace him with a legit villain if you're gonna do that. But, you know, the way they try to work it, it probably would have just been better if they regurgitated that same Reverse Flash thing, you know, which I'm kind of tired of, but it would have been better than what they did by just having like a dark Flash and then he was barely in it. You know, those things matter. Now, all that said, I gotta say this is probably still one of my favorite DC movies, which is wild. But I just think from a marketing standpoint, could have made some decisions to draw more reluctant fans in. Even the hardest of MCU fans wouldn't be able to resist a Batman multiverse type film. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section if you agree with these reasons, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.